Hi everybody! Today we are going to be making cornbread. This is a quick bread that originates from the southeastern United States, and its primary ingredient is cornmeal. So let's get started today. I've got my mise en place here with all of my ingredients, both wet and dry. The primary ingredient, as I said before, is going to be cornmeal. We've got 1.5 cups of that, and in proportion to 1 cup of all-purpose flour. We've also got some sugar, some baking powder, quite a bit of it. We've also got melted butter and 1 cup of milk. You do also need an egg, but I'm going to be doing an egg substitute today because I wanted cornbread but didn't have an egg. So we need to prepare our pan before we make the batter. So I just took some butter here and really thoroughly grease that pan. Grease that guy down because we really don't want any to stick. We want every last piece of our delicious cornbread. So into a large mixing bowl, you're going to whisk your wet ingredients together. So as I said before, this recipe calls for an egg, but I realized too late that I didn't have an egg, but that's alright. So I used 1/2 of a banana mashed. It's a great substitute for egg in a baking recipe like this, and it's a great way to veganize a recipe if that's something you are interested in. So then to our egg, we add our banana, we add our milk and butter, and then whisk that thoroughly until it's completely combined. And then we're not even going to mix our dry ingredients separately. We're going to add them right into the bowl. That's the traditional way to do it. Yeah, just go for it. So I added my flour, and then my cornmeal, and then our leavening agent, baking powder. And use a large spoon, like a wooden spoon. Oh, and the sugar. Use a large wooden spoon to just moisten the dry ingredients, essentially. Your batter's still going to be fairly lumpy, and that's exactly what it's supposed to look like. Just wet, don't overmix it because then it will get too chewy, and there's what your batter is going to look like. Into our prepared tin, we want to just dump out our batter and get every bit into there, and then spread evenly with the back of your spoon. So you folks don't have to make your cornbread into an 8 by 8 inch pan like I did. You can make them in a muffin pan, in a loaf pan, and then just keep an eye on the baking time. If you're doing mini muffins, it's going to be much less time. If you're doing a loaf pan, maybe a little more time, but just keep an eye on it. But if you're using an 8 by 8 pan, bake it at 400 degrees for 20 to 25 minutes. Pop that guy in there. For however you're baking it, you gotta keep the temperature the same, but the baking time will adjust. I'm making a pot of chili to go with our cornbread for dinner tonight, and it was super delicious. So there's our cornbread. It came out really well, super yummy. I hope you guys enjoy this recipe as much as I did, and I can't wait to see how you guys do.